We're back with more Siege, dude. One of our favorite games of all time, I think, at this point, right? Like, we play this pretty religiously, to say the least. Ubisoft reveals Operation New Blood for Rainbow Six Siege. Grant Taylor Hale over at Insider Gaming. There's also a 25-minute video if you want to watch that. Get into the whole nitty-gritty of what they're doing. I watched it. Dude, there's always some new changes in the new season. Some buffs, some new things, some nerfs, this, that, and the other. So, we'll get into it, because this one's interesting. I'll say it's an interesting one. There's no map, which is kind of disappointing. I was really hoping for another map of some sort, but instead they're reworking Stadium, which I don't like that map at all. Ubisoft has officially lifted the lid on Operation New Blood. The next season of Rainbow Six Siege is bringing a vast array of changes to the game's ecosystem, including 2 new kind of operators. Here's why the kind of is there, because those operators are the recruits. I'm not sure how I feel about this. They're not new operators, but they're giving them... Yeah, we'll get into it. And kicking off the global launch in the marketplace. With a 25-minute video, Ubisoft broke down everything the players are going to receive at the core of Operation New Blood. Prepare for changes. Arguably, the biggest component of Operation New Blood is the introduction of Striker and Sentry, 2 new operators, kind of, that are modeled on the recruit persona in Rainbow Six. These highly customizable characters are designed to be introductory operators, being introduced as Swiss Army knife characters. They won't have unique abilities, but they have a slew of gadgets and weapons that they can now use to remain versatile. So this gives them, for the first time ever, I believe it's 2 gadgets you can take with you. Because normally you only get 1 gadget. You get an impact, you get claymores, or vice versa, right? You can get cameras if you're a defender. So there's other things. Now you get 2. This is the perk of going with one of the recruits, is you get 2 of them. Now you can have a camera and you can have maybe an impact, or you have a camera and you got then the sensors you can toss up. If you're an attacker, you can have a hard breach or a soft breach, and then you can use a EMP grenade. Like, there's just different combinations now you can get into, which is something we've never been able to do before, but they're basing them off of the recruit. Make it simple, get in, get out. And I'm not really sure how I feel.
No, I'm a little mixed up on this one, because I think it's going to change the game as a whole in quite a way, but I don't know if I'm happy with all those changes, because I like to be Thermite, and I feel like Thermite is almost irrelevant in this setting, because a character can walk up, EMP the metal wall, and then blow a hole through the metal wall. You're 2 characters at once. Now I don't need to be Thermite anymore. So there's things like that are going to eliminate the need for certain players, or characters rather. But then on the flip side of that, as a defender, I'm excited for things like proximity mine plus nitro. All right, that seems kind of like it should have been combined as one device already, but regardless, I'm going to have some fun with that.
No, for sure, right? Ubisoft also confirmed that the in-game marketplace is going live, but there are some prerequisites. Only players with the 2FA activated and the LL25 account will be, so player level has to be 25. You have to have the 2 activations to get in, right? So just make sure that you're in there and then you are who you say you are. Elsewhere, onboarding and training elements have been buffed. An endless drill mechanic has been introduced that allow players to warm up more effectively before their matches. Similarly, Ubisoft has made the game's ecosystem much more reliable and welcoming to boosting the anti-cheat. Dude, they had a hard focus on the anti-cheat side of it. Absolutely love it. Screw cheaters. You all suck. So if they can fix that and rectify it, they've banned a ton of accounts, and they've even been able to prevent people from making another account once you've been a cheater. Pretty cool.
That's a way of that's a heavy-handed response, but after all of the trouble that cheaters cause, especially to a game that's serious like Siege, it's awful.
It's not worth it. Absolutely. In terms of balancing though, Fenrir and Solus, I call her Solus, everybody does it differently. Even in the video it says it 2 different ways.
Yeah, so I've never heard Solis until this video.
Yeah, exactly. I've been hit pretty hard. They've had their gadget tree rework. Basically what they're doing now is they're switching out their abilities, and Fenrir now has, I think, 1 less of his gadgets to be able to throw out, and he can only tag on 2 of them. Here's the thing. Now you can shoot it at any time. Doesn't need to be in an open state to shoot it. You can shoot it, and then from there, Fenrir gets it back to then tag it and switch over to another one. So, all right, that's cool. And then Solus, her goggles now you have to be fully charged for them to activate. They don't activate in the pre-up stages where you're going in and you're droney, finding where their bomb situation is. That's been taken out. She can only go when the game goes live, but then it has to go. And then they've gone from, I think they shortened her distance as well, and the amount of time she's able to kind of keep it up there too. So a couple reworks. They also took away her impact, which, man, they did the same thing to Legion. So like my operators are losing impact, Scott. I'm not very happy about it.
Oh, losing impact is what my thermite is doing now, because I'm not going to be playing him at all. There's another thing that's not mentioned in this specific breakdown of it, but I'm wondering, how is the AI going to work now? The inclusion of AI operators in ranked, I believe, and at least competitive AI, it was mentioned, and I'm thinking, how is that going to work? Is that going to be something like the 4 of us can group up and we can say no random, please?
Yeah, maybe, right?
And if it is just an AI operator, is that something, do we pick who it is? I'm
know.
very curious to see how that plays out.